As we have seen through data profiling, we are able to identify both the data characteristics that might enhance the information discovery process and the ones that make it more difficult. But most of all, from it, we can determine the transformations that should be applied in order to overcome some difficulties. So, after data profiling follows the data preparation step. Also known as data wrangling or pre-processing, its goals are both to improve the quality of the data, but also to adjust the data to improve the performance of the discovery algorithms. Which may seem as a less interesting and secondary task, reveals as one of the most important ones on the KDD process, occupying between 75 and 80% of the overall time of the mining process. Indeed, the quality of the discovered information is directly related to the quality of the data preparation performed. So, after selecting the right data to mine, it's imperative to proceed with their transformation. Among the different transformations are of particular importance: the integration of the data from different sources, their cleaning, trying to improve data quality, and feature engineering. With merging the data from multiple sources as its main goal, data integration faces one of its main challenges in the data heterogeneity, along with the need to process their different formats. Among those challenges are of particular interest be able to identify each individual entity in the multiple sources, recognizing its multiple instances and consequently their redundancy. It is important to note that these issues are usually dealt with during the data warehousing process, and so if the data is mainly collected from a data warehouse, these problems tend to be already addressed. Besides these inherent issues on merging data, there is another important one that rises with the need to enrich the data by creating new variables derived from the ones already describing the data. This is one of the most promising fields nowadays in data science research and is known as feature engineering. The second kind of transformation techniques involves cleaning and improving the data, and it is sometimes referred by the term cleansing. Without quality data, we can't find good enough information. Generally, the goal is to improve the data quality and reformatting the data to be conform with the algorithms to apply in the next step. In this task are of particular importance dealing with incompleteness, in the form of missing values, noise, expressed as values away from the expectations of the domain, including outliers, and inconsistency, revealed as incorrect type values, strings instead of integers, integers instead of booleans, and so on. But also higher levels of inconsistency when detecting contradictory values for a single entity. While the first of these are easy to identify, the last ones are difficult to find and even more difficult to address. At last, feature engineering. Against all expectations and after collecting all the possible data for describing our domain, a large number of times we realize that our variables are not enough to describe the data. Worst of all, most of the times there are redundant variables and they lack expressivity to discriminate among the data records. Feature engineering is the step where we reduce the existing variables, discarding the redundant and irrelevant ones, and generating others by transforming and combining the original ones. All of these while not losing any information. In order to do that, we need to carefully choose both records and dimensions, keeping all the intrinsic information untouched. We will dedicate the next videos to the basic techniques for data transformation with regard to formatting and cleaning. See you soon!